Alright, so I just wanted to talk about very quickly, well, I don't know how long this video is going to be, about my thoughts on Marvel Season 1. Now, for those who don't know what Marvel Season 1 is, it's basically, how the best way I could describe it is basically Marvel's DC Earth 1 books. It's going to be in graphic novel form, written by several people. The first one to come out, I believe, is Fantastic Four Season 1. Now, of course, this you know the basic Marvel spiel with, oh, this is going to attract new readers and all that. It's going to put a new spin on this. What they haven't said, and I don't think they haven't said this yet, but they might have. While I'm doing this video, someone they probably confirmed this or not, but I don't know yet. That this is going to be that the season 1 books are going to be the official Marvel continuity, and you can just forget what Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko and Stan Lee did. I don't know. They haven't said that yet. I don't think that's the case, but that's the rumor going around that that Marvel's going to make these season 1 books the official continuity to the current Marvel events. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea, but that's the rumor going around, so maybe it's just going to be a rumor. But I might check this out if it's not because first off, I don't think I'd pick up this book if they basically erase Kirby and Lee and Ditko's all their work on the other books. And like I said, Fantastic Four is the first book. The next one, I think the next ones that are going to come out, not in this order, but I know these are the books that are going to come out: X-Men, Spider-Man, and Daredevil. I heard there's an Avengers one, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, Fantastic Four is the first one to come out, which makes kind of sense because when Marvel just started out as Marvel Comics, when they changed from Timely Comics to Marvel Comics, Fantastic Four was their first book. So kind of makes sense. I know Spider-Man's the flagship, but Fantastic Four was like the first book from Marvel Comics. So I think that makes a bit of sense. Although I could be wrong, and I think people have said that Amazing Fantasy number 15, Amazing. I don't know. I don't want to get into Marvel continuity, but anyway, yeah, Fantastic Four is the first one. It's going to be written by Roberto Abquir. I don't even know how to pronounce that last name. And artwork by David Marquez. Now, I've seen David Marquez's artwork. He's done some work in Ultimate Comics. He's done some work at DC. At least I think I've seen his artwork at DC. I know he's done a lot of Marvel stuff and some Marvel Ultimate. And I like his artwork, but I heard this writer they have on the Fantastic Four book is big, but I think I might have read some from him, but I can't put my finger on it. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have Hickman write this, or maybe that would have been too obvious. I'm surprised they didn't have Hickman. But really, I think this is just Marvel trying to get new readers and all that, and they're just trying to copy off of, as always, trying to copy DC or DC copying Marvel. But I've kind of grown used to that, and I don't think I need to, talk about that anymore. I think it's kind of a pointless argument that Marvel copies off of DC and vice versa. I think that's kind of everyone knows it, they just don't say it out loud. It's one of those unspoken things, basically. So, Marvel Season 1 is basically, more or less, like I said, DC's Earth 1. Now, these are going to be not in these aren't going to be like miniseries. They're going to be one big graphic novel. Well, not big graphic novel, but just a graphic novel in general, retelling the origins of Marvel's first books. Which is, like, again, I'll say it again, Fantastic Four. I think they've announced that that's going to be the first book. I don't know what the next books are. I think it could be I think it's Spider-Man, then X-Men, then finally, I believe, Daredevil, and I don't know if there's an Avengers one. So that's probably it. They might do. I've also heard they might do Hulk. I've heard somewhere that they're going to do a Hulk Season 1 and possibly an Iron Man and Thor Season 1 and I don't know about Captain America, but I don't know. I believe that, but they've said 5 books so far. Well, 4 books. Avengers is a possibility, but personally, I think that I think it's just going to be 4 books. But that's the rumor going around that there's going to be an Avengers Season 1. Anyway, I don't hate this idea. I don't think I'm gonna like it a lot if they decide to make this the official Marvel continuity instead of uh, the Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby stuff, because that's the stuff that made the Marvel universe. That was what launched Marvel Comics. And I think that's going to be a total slap in the face to Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, everyone who helped make Marvel Comics, basically. That's just going to be a total middle finger to every one of them. But I'm hoping these are just out of continuity universe stories. I will read these if that's true. If they're just going to be these out of continuity alternate kind of like with Superman Earth 1. I really enjoyed Superman Earth 1. And hopefully, if the case is that it's just going to be an alternate universe book, not like an Ultimate Universe, but more like its own Earth, kind of like an Earth 1 universe. That's what I'm hoping for. I'll gladly buy this book because I'm always if Marvel can pull off the same thing that Straczynski and Sean Davis did with Superman Earth 1, and hopefully what Jeff Johns and Gary Frank can do with Batman Earth 1. I'll gladly read this. I'll gladly check out Fantastic Four Season 1. Just because I want to try to get back into season... more or less, it's not because I'm just saying that I want to read Fantastic Four again. This looks like a great place to start. No, I'd like to read a book. I'm trying to get back into Fantastic Four. The problem is that there's a lot of... it's not a good... If you're trying to reread Fantastic Four, it's now not a good time. But I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, well, I'm all for this. I'm not. I actually want to go back and actually read the Marvel Masterworks first. But if this comes out before I think, the first 2 volumes of the Marvel Masterworks by Stan Lee and all them came out, I think, last year, and I think it's still out in trade, of the Fantastic Four, so I might pick up those first, and then check this out and see how it compares. I'm not saying... I think, I'm probably gonna get the Marvel Masterworks first before this, but I'm not saying I'm not totally against it, but I will be a bit pissed off. Well, actually, not a bit, very pissed off if they completely erase the continuity and the early origin stories of the Stan Lee stuff. And, Jack Kirby. That's the one thing I want to convey. I'm interested, but I'm not completely sure. That's the rumor. And remember, guys, it's a rumor going around that that Marvel wants to make these Season 1 books the new continuity. Remember, guys, that's the rumor I've heard. It's not official fact. Remember that, please. But yeah, as you can see right here, I got, we got a picture of X-Men Season 1. It's going to talk about the first 5 mutants. They're also redesigning the costume a bit, and it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like they've completely tongue-tied. Gone too far away from the original costumes. They actually look like they have pinstripes on them, and the jumpsuits look more sturdier. At least in this picture, so... I don't mind. I don't mind the new costumes, because they don't look like they're trying to they're trying to get away from the complete continuity, so maybe they are just going to be like Earth 1 books, so that's what I'm hoping for. But all in all, you guys tell me, what do you think of the Season 1 book of the Marvel Season 1s? And like I said, these are just going to be these graphic novels written by different people. I don't know who's going to be on the Daredevil and Spider-Man ones, but as you can see right here, Dennis Hopeless is going to be on the X-Men Season 1. If I like Fantastic Four Season 1, I might be interested in the other books, but hopefully this won't be a complete middle finger and saying, oh, this is the real continuity to the Marvel Universe you know now. But I'm personally I'm backing on and hoping for the chance that it might be its own continuity. So you guys tell me, what do you think of this? And what do you think of Marvel Season 1? Let me know.